Now that Zenless Zone Zero is getting rerun banners, it's really important for players to also consider these characters to see if they still hold up in the current state of the game. The next rerun banner for version 1.5 is for Qingyi, so today we're going to give a quick recap of what Qingyi can do, and then we're going to talk more about how good she is and whether or not she's still worth pulling for on your account. So starting right away with the character overview here, I'm not going to do a full kit analysis thing because she has been out for some time. I do just want to highlight her sort of couple main mechanics in her kit. So Qingyi is an electric stun character who spends a lot of time on field. And the first of her main mechanics is her voltage meter. So her voltage meter is increased by using any of her abilities that deal electric damage. And the best sources of this are going to be the third hit of her basic attack, which is the one that you can spam, as well as her EX special. And upon reaching 75% of the voltage meter, she's going to automatically go into her Flash Connect state, which will give her access to an enhanced basic attack. And to use this enhanced basic attack, you'll hold down your attack button, and it's going to deal 5 consecutive hits with a pretty big daze multiplier, so you can get those stuns quickly from her. And her additional ability will also give an increased amount of days from this as well. Then the next part of her kit for her main sort of stuff is her core passive. So her core passive here will increase the stun damage multiplier of the enemy by applying subjugation stacks to them. Now you can apply up to 20 of these stacks at a time, and stun damage multiplier is related to how much extra damage enemies take while they are stunned. So not only is Qingyi able to apply a lot of days quickly to get enemies stunned, but she can also make it so that they'll take more damage from any of your allies while they are stunned. So each stack of subjugation is going to give a 3.7% increase to the stun damage multiplier. And whenever you use the enhanced basic attack, each of the hits will give 1 stack, so you can get 5 total by doing the full enhanced basic. The finishing hit will also give 5 additional stacks, which means 10 total. And then if during the enhanced basic attack, because during the attack, if enemies are attacking, Qingyi will perform a dodge. And if you time it right to do a perfect dodge, you're going to get an additional 10 stacks, making it the 20 total stacks there. So you're going to get a pretty big stun damage multiplier if you're able to get everything all in your favor there, all at one time. But these stacks don't have a time limit on them. They only expire once the enemy recovers from being stunned. So if you can just get the enhanced basic attack on them, 2 to 3 times, depending on how many hits you can get from it before they get stunned, then you're going to be in a good spot to have all of those subjugation stacks on them. So those are the main things for Qingyi's kit. She is very much an on-field kind of stun character, and she can get a lot done with that enhanced basic attack there. So now, let's talk about how good she is right now in the game, because when she came out, she was by far the best stun character, and I still think she definitely is one of the best ones in the game. And for what we have so far, she is the most universal, because both Lycon or the most universal of the top ones, because both Lycon and Lighter are more, dedicated to specific elements. So because of that, Qingyi does end up being a bit better with the way her additional ability condition works. And for Qingyi's playstyle, because she is a on-field stun character, she is going to be amazing for burst DPS characters, mainly right now for what we have, Zuyuan and Haramasa. And not only that, these characters are also going to get increased damage during their burst windows because of Qingyi's core passive as well. So she does also act as a mini support for these characters as well. Now, it is important to note, though, that for several versions of Zenless Zone Zero so far, stun characters I feel like have been a little less valuable just because a lot of the main sort of meta kind of teams have been double anomaly DPSs. But now we're going back into getting regular attack DPSs with Evelyn coming up, and that we are going to be getting the Silver Soldier Anby in 1.6 as well. So the value of stunners, I do expect it to go up in the coming weeks, so that does also help out Qingyi as well. But I also do think that it's important to look out for when we get the 1.6 livestream, because we are getting a new premium stunner character in Trigger in version 1.6. So We don't have any kit info for her yet officially, but once we do, that may be something to consider based on what you think is going to be more valuable for you overall. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about now whether or not you should be pulling for Qingyi for this rerun banner here. So I think that if you are using a burst DPS, like I mentioned, either Haramasa or Zuyuan, I think Qingyi is an amazing character to have because she is very comfortable to play. You can get her stuns up very quickly as long as you make use of her EX special, you make use of her basic attack 3, the one where you just spam click it to activate her gauge. So you're going to be able to not only get those subjugation stacks up to deal more damage, but also the stuns themselves should be pretty consistent. And also, if you don't really have any other strong stunners, because there's Lighter, there's Lycon, there's Coleta as well. I don't want to exclude her, but if you don't have any like super strong stunners and you feel like that's what your account is missing, I think Qingyi can be a pretty solid character to pull for. But I think that if you're not using any of these burst DPSs, like if you're using ones that want to have more field time, or if your account is more so geared towards the anomaly characters and you're not really building any attack characters, then Qingyi might not be as great of an investment for you, because at least for anomaly, you're probably going to be running either two anomaly DPSs or an anomaly DPS and a sub DPS. So the stunner characters don't really have as much benefit there, but they can still be strong if you have an attack DPS. But Qingyi, because of her on-field time, if you run her with a DPS that also wants a lot of on-field time, you're going to run into some clashes in their kits, and that might not be like the best gameplay experience for you. So I do think overall, if you're using a burst DPS, Qingyi is going to be a pretty solid character. Again, we're going to see how Trigger is once we get the 1.6 livestream and we know more about her kit. But for right now, I do think Qingyi is still pretty valuable, especially given that everyone does have Haramasa since he was given for free. So because of that, if you're looking to make your Haramasa better, Qingyi could be a very good pickup, or if you have Zuyuan as well. But not the most like super valuable rerun in the world, since there are going to be better characters down the line as well. So that is going to be it for what I have for Qingyi. Let me know in the comments down below what you think and if you're going to be pulling for her rerun. I also, would love to hear how you all feel about this kind of video format, because I do want to talk about the reruns as well, but I don't want to yap for a million years about like their kit and everything that we already kind of know. But with that, everyone, I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed and want to see more content from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But with that, I will see you all on the next one.